Joining me now, Florida Republican Congressman. Also, he's running for governor in Florida, Byron Donalds. He sits on the House Financial Services Committee. Congressman, you know this is who he is, the builder, and he still said, I'm not going to fire him, but I believe he's going to do the right thing. Is the president right?
Yeah, I think the president's making the right call on this situation when it comes to interest rates. Do our rates need to be lower? Yes, they do. The overnight rate, in my opinion, does need to come down. One piece I would add, and I've made this comment directly to the president and to a lot of my colleagues, Washington, on Capitol Hill, House and Senate, we have to cut spending. One of the things that will help the interest rates, long-term interest rates in this country come down is if we cut spending so the Treasury Department doesn't have to keep going to the bond market looking for new money. The more we borrow, it's going to be harder for the bond market to give it to us at cheap rates. So Capitol Hill has to do their job. The Fed has to do their job. But the president is correct. We got to get interest rates down in this country. It's the number one thing that will impact affordability for the American people.
You know, it should be easy, especially when you got a bunch of Republicans that are running on cutting spending. But once they get into office, they get a little fickle. I want to move on to Ron Klain.
Say it again, Lawrence. Say it one more time. Say it again.
Repeat it. Fickle.
Repeat it for the cheat sheets.
I
People
guess
got to cut spending.
That's right, brother. I guess that's why primaries are necessary. I want to move on to Ron Klain because he testified today. What did you make of his testimony? Did he answer the questions? Was he candid with the committee?
I haven't seen the testimony yet. I wasn't in that deposition. My colleague, Andy Biggs from Arizona, was. And what Andy said earlier today is that Ron Klain was being forthcoming and didn't seem like he was trying to evade questions. I think that's a very good thing. I think it's important for people to understand Ron Klain used to be the chief of staff to former President Biden. He left somewhere around 2022, I think is when he left that White House. He was around for the debate prep, for the debate from hell for Joe Biden. He was there for that. And I think that there's some important information there. But we have a lot of work to do in this auto pen investigation. You simply can't have somebody who doesn't have the capabilities of doing his job. I mean, Lawrence, you've seen Joe Biden, and obviously we just witnessed Donald Trump just doing a quick presser. Could you ever imagine Joe Biden doing a presser like that at any point over the last 4 years? The answer is no. We all know that.
Yeah, we're after 4 o'clock. That means it's bedtime for the former president during that period of time. I just got to ask you, what do you say to those people that say it's time to move on? I mean, it just seems like every time there's a scandal, we say something that's true. We were saying it for 5 years. They say we were lying. They said all of our reporting were chief fakes. And then when we finally get the evidence, they tell us it's time to move on. Like, we just can't keep going in these circles. Final word.
Well, that's Democrat operating procedure. That's what they do. When the Democrats are caught red-handed, it's time to move on. And the sad thing is the New York Times, the Washington Post, LA Times, Chicago Tribune, they follow lockstep with the Democrat Party and they move on. But look what we've uncovered. Joe Biden was not running the country. That is crystal clear. Now we know that Barack Obama actually ordered a new intelligence report based upon fake information to draw a conclusion that the Russians interfered on behalf of Donald Trump. That was a lie. That is now proven. But they want to move on and want to deflect and dissemble. We knew that the laptop from hell was real, but they wanted to lie and ignore it and move on. So time and time again, the Democrats have proven they do not believe in transparency with the American people. They do not believe in the will of the American voter. They will subvert the will of the voter if it means they get to keep power. We got to uncover this stuff. It's about the future of our country. That matters more than anything else.
Byron Donalds talks a lot about the future of this country. He's running for governor for the state of Florida. He's a congressman on that committee. We're going to be following Congressman. We appreciate it, brother.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.